You all arrived here from Cislodia, yes? In that case, you should depart via the south gate, rather than the one you arrived through.
After all that, Kisara never came back to see us.
I'm surprised she slipped away without us noticing. Where would she even go? I hope this place survives. You think the Danins and Renins have a chance of getting along? We didn't really do much to change things around here, did we?
This realm had its own walls to overcome. And in the end, it was the people themselves who decided to break them down, without any help from us. I hope they keep going, I really do.
Yeah, well, if you say so, I guess. Huh?
All right. I leave command of the Gold Dust Cats in your hands.
You've got nothing to worry about, Kisara. I'll do your brother proud.
Looks like it's time to go. Take good care of Zare for me. All right, Legil?
You've got it. Stay safe, Kisara.
Did you come to say goodbye?
Actually, I was wondering if you could use another companion.
Huh?
Well, we certainly don't mind you coming along. We just figured you'd stay behind and help rebuild. These people could use you.
I thought much the same thing. However, in the end, something changed my mind. Ever since Miguel died, I've been thinking a lot. About where I went wrong, what I should have done differently. You know, that sort of thing. It's true that our dream of coexistence saved many Danin lives, but we were naive and short-sighted. I was so wrapped up in my idea of how things should be that I didn't see the problems that existed right in front of us. I thought we had been given a utopia, and so I never bothered to look too far past its surface. I chose to be ignorant. And because of that, because of me, my brother...
Miguel's death wasn't your fault, Kisara.
Perhaps you're right. But in the end, it was me he entrusted this dream to. I learned that nothing in this life is free, or gained without sacrifice. Now that I know that, I'll just have to figure out what else I don't know.
So, decided to join us?
I have. And hopefully I can continue to protect Elda Menencia from outside the dream world, for the sake of those still inside.
And here I thought you joined for an opportunity on my life.
In all honesty, I'm grateful to you. I truly am. I don't blame you for what happened. But I must also leave your service. No longer will I be defined by protecting a Renin lord. From now on, when I fight to protect my dream. All I ask is that you do your part, that you fight alongside me, not just for those who used to believe in your dream, but for those that still do. Dohalim.
I understand. I'm no longer a lord anyway.
Well, this crew just gets bigger and bigger. All right, where to, team?
We make for Mahag Sar, the Valley of the Four Winds.
think Hootle senses something.
Mahog Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. If they try to get no backing down!
Radiant hurricane! Tempest, Radiant Blood!
Double Demon Fang!
If they rush you, you gotta go for cover, okay? Here's evil! One last Radiant Hurricane! Freeze Lancer!
You're finished!
Dance in the wind!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Run!
Let the marksman handle
You're mine!
Here's
It's over! Did you... See?
Sure did. The part where you swung and missed, right?
Not that part! Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Into the shadows!
Begin!
Mega Ray!
Tornado Drive!
Annihilation!
Elusive Deity! Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
Searing Flame! Reload!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Another incantation ruin.
Elusive Deity!
Benediction light.
Heal! Elusive Deity!
Can you take it?
Tornado Drive! Eat this! Finish this! Dragon Force!
Searing Flame! Reload!
Wow, look what I just found.
Oh. Hold on to that.
Look, Hootle! One of your buddies!
A fish! You saw...
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Ren and eyes. Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough.
But how did you catch them?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble. I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod. You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done. There's a nice breeze here. Not my lucky day, I guess. I've got a good feeling about this one. Anybody could reel in that.
That went pretty well.
Not my lucky day, I guess. Now where might those fish be? Ha! Looks like I lost it. Time to try a different spot. I've got a good feeling about this one. That was disappointing. There we go. Dagnabbit! It got away. Okay, change of plans. There we go. I'll get you next time. All right, once more from the top. Time to try a different spot. Okay, change of plans. Ha! Oh, we've got a lively one. Ugh. 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 That was disappointing. And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflex, Kisara. I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
that's how fishing goes. Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime...
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us.
Okay!
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Is it just me? Or have those two barely spoken a single word?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel,
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey, though, huh?
if it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although,
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer...
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she's...
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off. Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed, especially with that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, La?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
Looks perfect.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever...
That's because we had no other relatives. So it was just the two of us growing up. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel was...
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats. What?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind, either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he...
You seem to know a lot of...
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow... You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time...
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
I always love the sound of hammers banging away.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Brace yourselves! This one...
Run you through!
Airborne beast. My set.
Slash!
Got fired!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours!
This one's mine!
Take it! Sword Rain Alpha! Rising Wyvern! Lunar Rondo!
Do it! Astral energy! Full throttle! Like not in your dreams!
First strike! I'll run you through!
Do it! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action. A merry distraction.
There's still more to go!
Lunar Rondo! You're on! I'm not done! I'm ready! I'm not done!
Demon's Descent!
Flashing Fang!
Seems about right to me.
All right. There's nowhere to run from my heart.
When he slows down, that's our chance! Rising Wyvern!
Leave the agile ones to me. In a vine?
First strike!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! Take this! To me! Sword Rain Alpha!
No further.
You're on!
I'm all fucked up!
Take this. Can't get out of this.
Rising Wyvern!
Mega Ray!
Lunar Rondo!
Begin.
I'll finish you! Take this!
Here I go!
It's over!
Field!
Can't get out of this.
Slash! Here I come!
Reload!
Begin! You're mine!
Freaking does it!
You're on! Let's go! In an instant! Impact block!
We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Back into the
Take
fray!
this! I'm on it! Take this!
Can't get out of this.
No escape! Rising Wyvern!
Steering
You're on!
Elusive deity.
Swallow blade! Take this! Try this!
Elusive
Do
deity.
it! Show me! In an instant! Impact block!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our...
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you.
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather
What? You mean that pile?
no mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything.
Are you curious about this?
Yeah. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the...
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the site must be
Not really. Just that it must be nice to be a Renin who has...
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
charmed may be a better turn of... I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking. You see, we Renins have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so in...
Why not? We're talking about our own culture.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's stand in history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course, history in the air here. I can smell it.
I don't smell anything.
Don't encourage him.
We're a pretty lethal combination, aren't we?
What can I say? I had a good partner. Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this. It's over!
Here's evil!
You're mine!
Can't get out of
I'm
this!
not so good with airborne targets.
Take this! I'll end you!
Pesky airborne scoundrel!
Sounds like a job for your through!
Nothing gets by me!
Longo! You're on! Hurricane! You're finished!
Do it!
Kisara! Commander of Heavens!
Phoenix Cyclone! Here I go!
My turn!
Resonate
with the
Lightning!
You're on!
Downfall!
Take this!
I'm out of ammo!
No escape!
Eat this!
You're
Annihilation! Lightning!
I'm ready! Blow them away! My turn!
Acceptable.
Hurricane thrust!
Annihilation!
You're on!
Mega
You're
Ray!
mine! Rising Wyvern!
Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! This could be useful.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
They got me flanked!
Where are you going?
Take this!
Don't mind if I do!
Begin!
Searing flame! Reload!
It's a duel of the arts!
Flying free! See ya! Can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done! That's my cue!
Shut them down!
Ancient ruins.
Those are impressive skills.
They took a lifetime to master.
You know, I'll have to keep training.
You're going pretty hard in this battle!
I am not usually given to restraint.
Sometimes I believe you're stronger than you let on.
You're finished!
This one's mine! I'm
You're
out!
on! Here I come!
Eat this!
Rising Wyvern! I'm ready! Luna Rondo!
This one's mine!
You're on! Begin! Elusive Deity! Take this!
Can you take it?
Luna Rondo! You're on! Elusive Deity!
Do it! Lock! Demon's Descent!
Flashing Fang! Not again!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me. This one will be difficult to predict.
Eat this!
It would appear I attract too much
Rising
attention.
Wyvern! Luna Rondo! You're on! You're finished! Try this! Inferno Torrent! Sword Ray out!
Here goes!
Leave the enemy's arts to me!
No complaints here! Sword Ray Alpha! You're mine! It's over!
No, I won't give in!
No escape!
Glacial Spear! Pierce
It's
evil!
over! We've turned the tables on it! I'm
There's still more left!
Right, no time to hold back! Take this! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Rising Wyvern! I'm ready! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
That's some power you wield.
You're the one who did the heavy lifting.
This one will be difficult to predict.
You're finished! Ignite! Damn it! Smash you!
I never miss! Quit trying to keep up with the wall!
Can't get out of this!
Rising Wyvern! How about this?
Ready
Throwing light spear!
Prepare to be
Art
sealed.
expert coming through!
You picked the wrong fight!
Let's talk and more doing.
Here I come!
Not in your dreams!
You're on!
There you go. I feel like me again.
It's over! You're on!
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that!
Leave the charges to me.
Rising Wyvern!
Here's a
Fluid
healing
escape!
art!
You're on!
With the earth.
Swallow blade!
Another incantation ruined.
Rising Wyvern!
Denied. Who's next?
Elusive
I
beam!
lost myself in the heat of the moment.
Try harder!
Can you take it?
You're Rising Wyvern! It's over!
You're helping me. Behold! The earth pulse! Tectonic fission!
You're mine!
Impressive, Johaleen. Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Or so they say.
People say that?
Take this! I'll smash you!
Strike!
In a vine?
Eat this! Rising Wyvern! You're on! Elusive beam!
Here's evil!
Begin!
Tree blazer!
Another freaking justice! Watch it! Take this! Here I come! My turn! Hurricane!
I can feel my precision improving.
This'll make us even more formidable.
Don't get careless.
Don't tell me!
Fluid escape! Swallow blade! Rising Wyvern! Elusive beam! My turn! Swallow blade!
Debut performance.
Denied! Sword Rain Alpha! Rising Wyvern! Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Try harder!
I shall ensure you
Not
survive
today!
it.
Rising Wyvern! You're on!
In a vine?
You're finished!
I'm out of ammo!
Lunar Rongo! You're on!
Thank you.
Sword Rain Alpha!
There you go. Elusive needed so much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be a complaint.
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Right, next one.
Rising
Already
Wyvern!
up.
Not on my watch!
Lunar Rongo! You're finished! Smash you! Lunar Rongo!
Thank you!
You're mine!
Get toasty!
Burn strike! Not again! Rising Wyvern!
Mega ray!
Ignite!
Annihilation! Mega ray!
You're on! You're mine! No escape! You're on!
Can you take it?
You're mine! Swallow blade!
This one's mine!
Try harder! Take this! No escape!
Heal. There you go.
Inferno turret! It's over!
Mega ray!
Take this!
Don't leave! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes. A merry distraction.
There's still more to go!
Begin.
Elusive deity! You're on!
Onyx, coming through! Do it!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! I can feel my power growing!
More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time in it.
Gotta break through! Take this! No further! It's over! It's on! Here I come!
Anything in order. Glacial Spear.
In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed walk.
You're on! You're mine! You're mine! Sword Lane Alpha! Blow them away! Now! You're mine! Struck! You're on! Here I come!
Kisara! I'll stop your movement. And I'll stop your life.
So I still had room to grow.
I sure have built up a sweat for this.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
I'm like bait to them. I can carve through
It's
armor.
over! Swallow Blade! I can try harder!
This one's mine!
That freaking does it. That freaking does it.
Try harder! Here I come!
Eat this.
Here I come!
Burning strike! Glacial Spear!
That freaking does it.
I can handle it!
Pile driver. Tornado Fly. Elusive deity.
Take this!
Begin. Slash. Will this help?
Take this!
Don't fly nothing long.
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
Wyvern! I'm not done! Luna Rondo! You picked the wrong fight!
Tornado Drive.
You're mine!
Elusive
You're
deity.
on! Here I
Forward! Do it!
More! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
See that?
That training's paying off!
Eat this.
It's over! You're on! Take this!
Can't get out of this.
Sword Lane Alpha!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Now!
Let the
Tear!
medicine handle
Here I come! You're finished!
Where are you going?
Swallow Blade!
Resonate with the
Sword Lane Alpha!
Now you see what I can. I'm on a roll now.
Rise again!
Arch shield!
Hey!
Blow them away!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood. Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or... For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others.
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going...
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it...
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you?
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could...
Oops, sorry about that.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it, so long as...
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term. But you need to think about your diet if you want.
Does that mean eating vegetables?
Isn't that obvious?
It does. Which I guess hasn't been happening.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or...
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you...
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you want...
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary...
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag-Sar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me? Why?
He's tough.
Who are you? You said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you?
Glacial Spirit, here's evil!
Elusive deity! Rising wire! Tornado code now! While it's reeling!
Take it down!
Your mom! Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
It's unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Far enough!
Rising water!
Mention light.
Mega Ray! I'm all stuffed up!
Take this!
Here.
Resonate with the earth!
Take this. Too much.
I'll heal you all!
Talon Hurricane! Take this!
Healing Circle!
You're helping me become a pattern.
But for the good of all of us.
Is it now?
I'll smash you!
Can you take it?
Fury! Burning Strike!
Take
Glitter
this.
Spear!
Pierce evil!
Blade!
Freeze Blazer! Coming through!
Now! Sword Rain Alpha!
Show me your strength.
Right open!
It won't escape me.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Glacial Spear!
Take
Pierce
this.
evil!
Eat this! Far enough!
Entertain. Benediction light.
Here, eat this! Power torch! Power blade!
Glacial
Enjoy.
spear. Here's the evil.
Benediction. Forgive me.
That's a bit.
Enjoy.
Resuscitation.
Anything in order is
Some punishment.
carved through armor! Sword rain out! Try harder!
Die.
Resuscitation. Will this have if it's in the sky, it's
Here.
mine.
Resonate with the earth!
Where are you going?
Die.
So much for sitting this fight out.
Wouldn't be a complaint, I think.
No, that'd be silly.
Any more of the
Well, for now,
die.
leave the chargers to me! Resonate with the earth! Far enough! Stalagmite! Eat dirt!
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Till next time.
Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides,
Hmm?
Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine, really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Danon astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember?
I suppose you're right. We've almost reached Niez, the capital of Mahag Sar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion. Hey.
I think Hoodle's hungry.
Funny. I could have sworn that was your stomach making all the racket. Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Niez, the capital of Mahag Sar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Danons, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renin district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Danon legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So it
must mean the Renins have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Danons rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not until...
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. This is horrible.
Is there truly no one here?